Yeah, that was the hymn "We Shall Overcome," and this is a gospel song which is famously become a protest song and was a key anthem during the civil rights movement. And actually, a couple weeks ago here in D.C., Faithworks organized a protest, and this is one of the songs that they sang, and "We Shall Overcome." This sings from a hymn by Charles Albert Tindley in the 1900s called "I'll Overcome Someday." If you haven't heard I'll Overcome Someday," the first verse says, "The world is one great battlefield with forces all arrayed. If in my heart I do not yield, I'll overcome someday, I'll overcome someday, I'll overcome someday. If in my heart I do not yield, I'll overcome someday." And "I'll Overcome Someday" is based off of the verse in Galatians 6:9, which talks about how 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 if we do not grow weary in doing good, we shall reap a harvest in due time. And you can kind of see that theme in "I'll Overcome Someday," where it talks about like if in my heart I do believe I'll overcome someday, and just kind of like that whole ideal of not losing hope, and that whole ideal of not growing weary in what we're called to do, and um, and um, and um, and 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 so the music and so even though "I'll Overcome Someday" was written in 1900, the song actually dates even further back than that, because it's believed that the melody is based off of an old African American spiritual called "No More Arts and Block for Me," and by the title it's pretty obvious that's about slaves hoping for a day when they'll no longer be sold on the auction block as property. And so yeah, and so then to fast forward a little bit after that, I mean a lot after that, in 1959, the song became associated with the civil rights movement, with Guy Carawan and Pete Seeger, and Lyndon B. Johnson quoted this song, uh, quote, quote, "We shall overcome." Um, um, let's see, as talking about like racism and segregation in America, as well as Martin Luther King Jr., who quote this song in a um, um, in several sermons, including the last sermon that he preached before he was assassinated, and and this is an excerpt of a sermon that Martin Luther King Jr. gave in 1965, where he quoted this song. And yeah, I just think that this is very powerful, so I'm going to read it right now. "We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. I believe it because somehow the arc of the moral universe is long, but bends toward justice. We shall overcome because Carlyle is right. No lie can live forever. We shall overcome because William Cullen Bryant is right. Truth crushed to earth will rise again. We shall overcome because James Russell Lowell is right. Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yet that scaffold shows the future, and behind the then unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. With this faith, we'll be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we'll be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we'll be able to speed up the day, and in the words of prophecy, every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This will be a great day, this will be a marvelous hour, and at that moment, figuratively speaking, in biblical words, the morning star will sing."